I am on the outskirts of Richmond, Kentucky, and at long last I am finally going to visit a Buc-ee's. In case you are not familiar, Buc-ee's is a supersized gas station and truck stop chain from Texas, as of course everything is bigger in Texas. However, in recent years there have been new locations opening around the American Southeast. This one opened in 2022. Buc-ee's travel stops, not truck stops as trucks are actually not allowed, are open 24/7 365. There are 120 gas pumps here. The mascot of Buc-ee's is Buc-ee the Beaver. There is a bronze statue of the beaver out front. Buc-ee's stores are colossal and stocked with all sorts of pit stop essentials, as well as lots of Buc-ee's branded merchandise. Buc-ee's has many seasonal merch lines featuring the iconic beaver. It is Christmas time, so there are all sorts of Santa Buc-ee items available. Plus, there's a big inflatable Buc-ee with a Santa hat. There is even a walk-around beaver mascot meandering around the convenience store. That is so awesome! So the original Buc-ee store opened in Clute, Texas in 1982, created by entrepreneur Arch Alpin, who was known by his nickname of Beaver. He came up with the name Buc-ee by pairing the name of his dog, Buck, with the name of an animated mascot of an 80s toothpaste company, Buc-ee the Beaver. Alpin's first large-scale travel center like this opened in 2003, and by the 2010s Buc-ee's had truly taken off. They have since been on a massive building spree across Texas and the South. This location near Richmond, Kentucky is currently the northernmost Buc-ee's. However, there are plans to build one near Dayton, Ohio, and they also plan to expand westward into Arizona.
Buc-ee. Oh, thank you.
Buc-ee's is also known for clean restrooms, especially for a truck stop, and I must admit they were immaculate. Buc-ee's has an abundance of good and in some cases fresh food options, including pulled pork and brisket sandwiches which are smoked in the middle of the store. You just pick one up and go. I got the nearly 1 pound brisket sandwich, which had apparently been smoked for about 14 hours, and it was really good. Perhaps the best food I've ever eaten out of a gas station. I would dare even say that Buc-ee's rivals the Autogrills in Italy. So wow, Buc-ee's is amazing! I am all in on the cult of Buc-ee's now. I am on the road to Pigeon Forge, Tennessee for a special event this evening, so enjoy some sights on the way there. I am always amused by this giant cross placed in front of the Adult World store. There's the Thunder Mountain Dragon. There is the Sunsphere of Knoxville, Tennessee. That 266-foot tall tower was built as the centerpiece of the 1982 World's Fair here in Knoxville. I definitely want to go up to the top someday. The Sunsphere was recently repainted to its original 1982 color scheme. The base frame is once again blue instead of green. There's a yellow billboard for Hillbilly Village, a classic roadside attraction in Pigeon Forge that closed down many years ago. Alright, we have arrived at the glorious tourism mecca of Pigeon Forge, Tennessee. The slow-moving parkway through town is lined with all sorts of unique roadside attractions, shops, and restaurants. There's the Jurassic Jungle Boat ride, a comical old dark ride which I have a video on. There used to be an Elvis museum over here. I got to see it just before it closed down. I did not know about this, but the Biblical Times Dinner Theater has recently resurrected 3 closed roadside attractions, and they just started doing tours of them. Christus Gardens, the Biblical Wax Museum formerly located in Gatlinburg, is finally back, alongside the short-lived Shroud of Turin Museum, and the Southern Gospel Hall of Fame, which was removed from Dollywood. So there are some really exciting developments at Biblical Times. I'll be coming back for that. There's a unique abandoned geodesic dome on the outskirts of town. It used to be part of a zipline course. The sole reason I have come to Pigeon Forge is to visit Dollywood for the first time. I attended the famed Smoky Mountain Christmas event here at Dollywood and it was fantastic. I have a separate video all about that experience linked in the video description. After completing my Christmas road trip through Tennessee and Georgia, I am heading back through Kentucky. There's a golden horse at this rest stop by the Tennessee state border. I am going to check out a couple other sites on my way back through the Bluegrass States. Well, this is a real bummer. I just pulled off the interstate to explore the Clays Ferry Travel Center, but it's gone. Long before Buc-ee's arrived just down the road, this truck stop closed down and it sat abandoned for a long time and it looked really interesting. It even had an abandoned huddle house attached to it, but there's still an excavator here, so I guess I just barely missed it. That's disappointing. Here is a majestic view of the misty Kentucky River Valley and the Clays Ferry Bridge. The Clays Ferry Interstate Bridge was built in 1989 on the piers of 2 older bridges from the 40s and 60s. Right alongside the old Dixie Highway in Williamstown, Kentucky, there is a strange metal teepee. It was reportedly built in the late 1930s. around the same time that the Wigwam Village motels on the western leg of the Dixie Highway here in Kentucky were opened. This lonesome teepee served as the office and car parts store of a gas station, but I-75 took away all the traffic. The teepee is unusual as it appears to be built out of galvanized steel, which is probably how it has survived in such good condition after being abandoned for about half a century. It was actually repainted into this tan color fairly recently. It used to just look like silver steel, so it does better resemble a teepee now. There's even a little bison painted onto it. That's a really cool roadside relic along the Dixie Highway. So I hope you all enjoyed this trip through Eastern Kentucky and Tennessee. My life feels much more fulfilled having visited a Buc-ee's. If you would like to see more travel videos, then please take a look at my other content featuring roadside attractions, theme parks, historic locations, natural wonders, and more across these United States and Europe too. Also, please consider liking this video, sharing it, and subscribing to my channel. Thanks for watching, and all hail the Buc-ee's Empire!